Hello and welcome to Earth Fit Way YouTube channel by me, myself and I, Paige Mirko. That is my name if you are new around here and have never met me before or have not followed me in the past. And I'm just really excited about diving into this channel and sharing here more, because you know those moments where your heart, your higher self, your truth, your inner compass, whatever you want to call it, whispers to you loudly enough that you respond, and you just know that this is the next step. And that's kind of what happened here with this YouTube channel. I just felt like it was time for me to offer my knowledge and my heart and my absolute love and passion for health and fitness to others and to the world, and whoever wants to receive that, to receive that. So the Earth Fit Way is really about building natural nutrition, sustainable strength, heart-led living, inspired by nature. And I created this channel because I just felt like it was time. Because what's been really interesting is noticing that health and fitness has been a part of my life forever. And you know those things where it's just becomes, it's so natural to you, right? It's just something that you do in your life. It just becomes who you are, and you can so easily overlook that aspect of your life is something worth sharing, and that was me. So I grew up, a little background story for you, a little bit about myself. I grew up in Western Australia, the southwest of Western Australia, in a very small town called Northcliffe. There was probably about 500 people in that town, and I lived 13 kilometers outside of that town on 125 acres with my family. And on that land, we grew up on a permaculture farm. So my dad has always really been into permaculture, living sustainably off the land and really being able to eat what you grow. And that's how I grew up. I remember fond memories of climbing the peach trees or the plum trees and having a snack while you're building cubby houses with my friends. Well, I was building cubby houses with my friends, and just picking the locusts off the tree when I was hungry, or going outside and being able to play with the animals and going to collect eggs with my dad. And so many fond memories of that. And he really instilled in us from a very young age about being health conscious, about thinking about what's in your food, toxins, eating organic and living as close to nature as possible. And he really did instill a lot of really good qualities, and I kind of picked that up and ran with it, and we all really have as a family to some degree, and that looks different for each person in the family, but it's always been a part of my life. And since I can remember, fitness and my love for sport and fitness has always been a part of my life. I was always very athletic at school. I was always playing soccer from a very young age, netball, cricket. I used to love cricket, badminton, any kind of sport. I would give it a go and usually be pretty decent at it. And I just loved anything to do with movement and momentum in my body, and it's just always been there in my life. And I've had periods of my life, of course, where I have gone away traveling and haven't been as consistent in the gym, or have had times when I've, fallen off the bandwagon of not being super consistent every single day, but it's still always been a part of my life. And I got to this point probably about a year and a half ago where we were in this process of building our tiny house and building our own garden and food forest, which is where we live now. Also really happy that I got to rinse and repeat my childhood and what my dad taught me about permaculture and relive that in my adulthood in my own way. But anyways, I got to this point where I hadn't gone to the gym, and I'd put on a little bit of weight, and I wasn't feeling super healthy because we didn't really have a kitchen. We were living in our van while we were building this tiny house, and I just didn't feel healthy. And I was like, right, okay, I'm getting back into it, and decided to do a Hyrox in 6 weeks, and I hadn't done anything, so I was like, I better get training. So joined back up at a gym and went really hard into training and used that Hyrox race as a we're getting back into it. And ever since then, I've just been very, very consistent, and I just haven't fallen off the bandwagon at all. And I remember having this pivotal moment of like, of course this is a part of what I want to share with the world, and be more serious about, you know, take this thing that I love in my life, which is fitness, and especially building strength as we get older and maintaining muscle mass as we get older, especially for women, super important, and men and everyone really, but also really just being healthy and feeling vibrant, because there's so much in this world that is going against us. There's so much toxicity, there's so many highly processed foods that our bodies struggle with, there's so many different layers of things that just make our lives unhealthy. And yeah, I got to this point where I was like, it is time to really double down on this and get serious. So I decided to sign up to get qualified as a nutritionist and a personal trainer, because I feel like I know so much in those areas, but I'm not qualified. And I was like, it's time to just do the mainstream thing and just get qualified. So that's what I did. And I'm still on the process of completing my nutrition course and so close to finishing my PT course. It's just taken me a lot longer because I've just been so busy. So I've just been doing it in my spare time here and there and slowly getting there. So that's a little bit of a backstory. I'm super passionate about all things health, fitness, getting strong, and also being connected to nature, because I just having a garden and having food and being connected with nature is so freaking powerful for regulating the nervous system, for reminding us of who we truly are at our core and at our hearts. So this YouTube channel is going to be a celebration of all three of those things. And of course it's going to be little vlogs and day in the life and what I eat and how to make food, and there's going to be so much value here, and I'm really excited to share that value, because I have so much in here that I have not shared because I've had imposter syndrome and all of this stuff come up around who am I to share that I don't know enough, all of these limiting beliefs and stuff that have just been there in the past, and now I'm like done with that and I've come out the other side of like, no, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to share this, and I'm really excited about offering value, and hopefully that anyone who watches these videos is going to get something out of it. And what is going to make this channel, The Earth Fit Way, different is that I'm not here to focus on perfection or nailing aesthetics and getting on a bodybuilding stage, and although of course that's great if that's what you're into, but this channel is really about building your life and your strength and your health in a way that is sustainable and aligned with your heart, so it can be consistent, so you can sustain that level of frequency for yourself in your life, because that is going to create so much impact. If this channel can impact you being the healthiest, strongest and happiest version of yourself, that's going to ripple out to so many more people, and my hope is that this channel will impact more people in the world so we can expand together. It's going to be a little bit woo-woo, a little bit hippie in saying this, but we can expand more in love and expand more as a one heart that this world is, because I believe we're all connected. So if you've got this far, thank you so much for watching, and what you can expect from this channel is all things nutrition, recipes, ideas, how to even grow your own food that's really easy, how to do things like sprouting to add more protein into your diet, videos about working out, how to do functional training so you can train for a Hyrox or build muscle mass, how you can stay connected to your heart, heart-led living, nervous system regulation, all of the things. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and like and comment so this can just get to more people, whoever it is aligned with, because my deepest intention is that you feel connected to yourself, you feel alive, you feel strong, you feel empowered to be in the world, to have the health and the vibrancy that you deserve, because we wouldn't be here on earth if we weren't meant to live in our most whole, true and expanded self. And that comes from having a really full, alive, healthy and thriving physical body, so your spirit and your heart can thrive too. So thank you so much for being here already. This is a really, really powerful beginning, and I'm so excited to be here with you. So welcome to the Earth Fit Way, and welcome home.